Hi beautiful, welcome to a new video and thank you very much for watching. If we're seeing each other for the first time, it's really nice to meet you. I'm Alexandra. I hope that you'll join our little YouTube family. And if you've been around the block for a little bit with me, welcome back my love. I cannot thank you enough for being here and for your unconditional support. In fact, today's video is made possible in large part because of you, because I've been getting a lot of DMs and questions and emails asking me like, hey Alex, what are some tips and tricks and maybe techniques that I could try that will allow my makeup, particularly my foundation, to look flawless and stay matte throughout the day if I have oily skin? Well, that's a very good question. If you have oily skin like I do, well then people like you and I have a certain set of concerns that need to be addressed throughout the makeup application process, and that is exactly what we're going to go over today. I hope that you're going to be able to enjoy this video and actually watch it in its entirety, because there are several tips and tricks that are peppered throughout that I would hate for you to miss. And definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Tap the little bell button so you're notified of new videos when they're coming out, and follow me on Instagram because that is where the big bulk of my videos are actually happening. So without further ado, I love you for watching, enjoy, and let's get started. Okay, so after cleansing the skin, the absolute first step that cannot be missed if you have oily skin is toner. The reason toner is so important for you and me is because toner will help not only balance your skin's pH, but it will also help balance out the oiliness. So if you are oily and acne prone, then you're going to notice if you're using toner every morning and every night, your skin will not be quite as oily and greasy throughout the day. Now, the best cleansers and toners for oily skin in general will be something that incorporates glycolic acids because they will cut down the oiliness, but also salicylic acid because oily skin tends to be acne prone skin, so salicylic acid would be a great help with that. My go-to toner is from PCA Skin, is the hydrating toner, and the two drugstore alternatives that I've used and I also like very much are Thayer's, I think that's how you say it, sorry if I'm wrong, the Witch Hazel Aloe Vera Formula, Rose Petal, and the Rose Tonic from Pixie Beauty. The next two steps are to hydrate and moisturize. They're actually two very completely different things. And if you have oily skin, you do not have the luxury of skipping either one of them. So let's start with hydration. For hydration, I encourage you using, after cleansing and toning, I encourage you using a serum that has hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid not only hydrates the skin, but also helps plump it and reduce the appearance of pores and lines. Just makes your skin glow. It does not matter what kind of skin type you have. You can be dry, you can be oily. Hyaluronic acid has to be a part of your routine. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not have a drugstore alternative for hyaluronic acid. I've used a few, but none that I can with certainty say that, oh my gosh, this is fantastic, because I actually don't know what size hyaluronic acid molecules they're using. There are two types, realistically, if you want to like simplify it. There are large size and small sizes. Many companies will use large size molecules because they tend to be cheaper in manufacturing. And while they're good because they stay on top of the skin and they kind of retain that top layer of moisture, reality is that they're not able to penetrate the skin and deliver the hydration benefits that hyaluronic acid is intended to give your skin. For that, you need smaller size molecules. So I have not been able to find out these details from companies really other than PCA Skin, who not only happily disclose to me how they stabilize the ingredients and what size molecules they're using and all that, but I've learned that their hyaluronic acid products typically will have both large and small size molecules, which is amazing because you deliver hydration in the deep layers of the skin while also retaining it at the top. So it just seems like a no-brainer to me, and I know that this product is not cheap, but I'm going to be honest with you, there was a time in my life where I was going through a bankruptcy here in America after I moved to America. I was unemployed. I had to get like a bunch of little jobs that meant nothing and were not like advancing me in my career. They're simply to pay the bills. My electricity was cut off, my gas was cut off, and I had to get actually 3 jobs. So I can not only afford to pay rent and take care of my family in Romania, but the reason I had that third job was because I wouldn't sacrifice my skincare. I did not care that my groceries were in a cooler because I didn't have electricity, so they would rot in my unworking fridge. I did not care about that. I actually wanted to make sure that I give my skin what it actually needs. So I was broke as fuck, but I was getting brand skincare, honey. And although I am not the most youthful looking girl out there, I'm not the prettiest girl out there, I'm not many things out there, one thing though that I hear from people that meet me in person on a continuing basis is that I do not look 34. So there's something to be said about investing in skincare. So when it comes to hyaluronic acid, it doesn't matter what skin type you have. Dry, oily, does not matter. Your skin needs hydration and your skin will love it across the spectrum. When it comes down to the moisturizer though, that's when things get different because obviously different skin types will have different skin needs. And for oily skin, it is best to go with moisturizers that are more gel-like in consistency, that are lightweight and typically advertised for oily skin. Another thing too is you have to use products that are non-comedogenic because basically that means they will not clog pores, and when you have oily skin, like I mentioned earlier, you're more acne prone than the average. The last step in the skincare portion of this video is to wear SPF. I recommend wearing SPF though you're indoors or outdoors. Why? Because as long as light will come in, so will the UV rays, and trust me, they will come in and they will bounce off any and all reflective surfaces you have in your home and ultimately will hit you in the face without you even realizing it. Outside for obvious reasons, and then also wintertime and summertime, literally all year round. Spring, summer, fall, winter, you need to wear it because the sun does not have to visibly be outside for you to see it in order for UV damage to happen. So all year round, cover your beautiful face, neck, chest, and back of the hands. Now, if you have oily skin, the best kind of SPF product will be one that has hydrating properties but will not have a greasy finish. And I'm going to show you, these are basically right now my two absolute favorites. I'm going to link everything in the description box, by the way, so you don't feel like you have to pause or screenshot. Or maybe you can screenshot, so I can be in your photo album. Honey, there is not much oiliness that is going to penetrate at this point through this barrier, but I know there are girls out there that have excessive oiliness. So if you happen to be one of those beauties and this is simply not good enough for you, then don't worry, because we have not finished the look yet. You can stop right here, or you can continue with the steps that I have closer to the end of the video, how to not only fully very well lock it in, but how to treat the look throughout the day, because that's also very important. Till then, I want to get the eye look done and the brows, and I'll be right back. extra tip for those of us with oily skin. Use waterproof mascara on your lower lashes. Reason for that is that if your skin gets greasy, let's say throughout the day, that extra oil will come in contact with the bottom lashes and it will cause those little droplets, those little poopies, and even worse, potential smudging and raccoon eyes. So always use waterproof mascara on your bottom lashes. Oh god. Did I have this in my teeth the entire time? Ah! I'm obsessed with how natural and plump this is making my lips look. Now, as my lips dry up, let's talk about the next steps and some few extra tips that you can employ throughout the day so that your face doesn't look oily, greasy, shiny, however you want to call it. First thing is to use a setting spray. I have really been loving this Urban Decay All-Nighter, but it's the one with pollution protection. The role of a setting spray is to do exactly that, is to help set the makeup, but also, you know, not allow so much greasiness and oiliness to kind of come throughout the day. And another tip here too is if you're not using waterproof mascara, definitely cover your eyes. But if you use waterproof mascara, like I was saying earlier, then you should have no problem spritzing this all over your face. So let's do it. And actually go in with 2 layers. I allow this layer to first seep into the skin, and then I'm going to go in with the second layer while my lips are drying and now this is seeping into the skin. Let's talk about one of 2 things that I'm going to mention that you can do throughout the day. First, of course, is don't touch your face. Not only is it not good to touch your face in general because your hands are full of bacteria and you don't want that bacteria to come in contact with your skin, but your hands, particularly your fingertips, have oil on them. So if you bring that oil, you can risk breaking down the nice little barrier that we've created. And not just that, but you can help smudge or shift the foundation away. So that is not good. Don't touch your face. For the second tip, if you notice that there's some oiliness, some greasiness and shine peeking throughout the day, particularly on your T-zone, do not, and I repeat, do not go in with extra powder. It is a common myth, and I feel like instinctively, you know, we have a tendency to just blot that excess oil out. And even if you watch older movies, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the powder room and powder my nose. That is such a bad thing to do, because if your skin is naturally trying to push more oils through this pretty barrier that you just created, the last thing that you want is to clog those pores with more makeup. That can actually lead to acne, and it's just nasty. So what I recommend you do is you carry blotting sheets, or if you're like me and feel like blotting sheets don't just remove excess oil, they also remove some of the makeup with it, then you can try something like the ᎯℒℰXᎯⅅ from Beauty Blender. Essentially, it's the same material that your Beauty Blender is made out of. Not only can you remove the shine by gently tapping, but because this is what you've applied your makeup with, the odds are that the makeup will not shift as much, and if it does, you can again very gently dab it and it's going to look flawless again. So don't touch your face, use blotting sheets or ᎯℯℰXᎯⅅ. I'm going to apply the second layer of this, and then we're gonna be at the end, so stay tuned. So my love, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and got a lot of value out of it and some enjoyment in our time together. If you did, then please give this video a kind thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram for lots more. Let me know in the comment section what else you'd like to see from me, because you may know by now that your wish is my command, always. I love you and appreciate you so much for watching. You are absolutely beautiful. I hope you'll make it the most amazing day, and I'll see you very soon in a new video. Bye!